Hey everybody, and welcome to the latest edition of my Facebook Live UX audits, where I go through a friend or follower's website and just point out some things that might be causing user experience issues. The main reason why I do these is because at the end of the day, the ultimate end user is a human being. You know, whether or not you use tactics like social media or SEO, and you have to, kind of play to the algorithms with how you attract people. But at the end of the day, when they actually land on your website, you want to make sure that they are able to navigate it in a way that makes sense. And it's, kind of hard to see these things from your own perspective. I mean, even me with my website, it's very hard for me to go through it and think of ways to make improvements because I'm inherently biased. It's my website, I feel like I did it right the first time. And so, it can be hard to open yourself up to scrutiny, but it can also be the best way to figure out where problems might lie just by getting outside of your own head. So, I guess quick update on me. I just got back from about 2 weeks of travel, first in Mexico for a wedding and then in Chicago for a wedding. So I'm really happy to be back home, have my nice big computer screen instead of this 13-inch MacBook, which is what I've been toting around for the past couple weeks just to make sure that I'm, doing some work and checking in and all that stuff. But also it's just there's nothing quite as good as your own setup, this nice new desk I got. Everything's organized the way I want it to. I just got this new dry erase board too, which you can't see in the screen, but it's over here. And I'm just experimenting with new ways to be productive, but it totally gets thrown off whenever I'm on a trip. So I don't have anything planned for the next couple months. Things could always come up, but I'm excited to just be here and relax. My fiance, on the other hand, has 3 more weeks of work travel to go, so pray for him. But anyway, so let's go ahead and we're going to switch the view here so that you can see the website we're going to go over today. And I'm hoping the audio is working because it just gave me a weird pop-up thing. So we'll see if this is all going according to plan. The little thing for my microphone looks like it's working. So I'm just going to operate with the assumption that you guys can hear me, and if not, just let me know. Anyway, so this is another Denver Bloggers Club website, which we've been going over the past couple of weeks. And I'm starting to get to an end of these. So if you want me to do your website next, now would be a great time to submit that to me for consideration. I'm always taking new requests, even if I can't handle them in the next week. I'm, building out a list for the future. So this website is Mountain Cravings, healthy-ish comfort food. Kate is the blogger behind it. And I think this website gives a really solid first impression. And I think, to be honest with you, I'm going to have to nitpick in order to find things to talk about here. But, one thing that I noticed when first looking through this website and just getting ready for this Facebook Live today is I think there are some easy ways to improve clarity and set expectations. More so than, changing the design. I don't think the design needs any major changes. It's more about how to position the different elements on the website. So I love the logo. I love the branding. There's really nothing I would change there. Even the typography, everything kind of fits together. And if you scroll down, which I'll do very quickly, this is a theme, a WordPress theme that's on the Genesis framework. And look at this, check it out. She's already updated her copyright for 2019, which a lot of people still haven't done. And sometimes, I think I mentioned it on a previous audit, there is a code snippet that you can add in to set this automatically. You can just Google, WordPress footer copyright date code or something like that to find it for yourself. Excuse me. But Genesis is a great framework. I think it produces a very nice final result without having to be, super in the know regarding web development and code. It's definitely built for beginners. And so I think that, she made a good choice by using this theme. Again, I always say it, I don't know if I love the sidebar on the homepage, but that is kind of a facet of this Genesis theme that it has this. And I think that she does a good job of using it to introduce herself, to share her social handles, to invite people to search the website. Like the last website we went over, which was also a food blog from the Denver Bloggers Club, we have this like featured plus popular, some posts that must have done really well for her to want to link to them here and encourage people to click on them. But unfortunately, there's really no context for what these are. If I hover long enough, you'll notice that alt tag description pops up, and also you can see in the bottom left-hand corner, you can see like what the URL is by hovering over it, but there's no like actual words, and neither of these things would be relevant if you were on mobile. It wouldn't like pop up in any way. If you clicked it, it would just go through. You couldn't just like hover. So it would be good to have maybe some sort of overlay that has a repeat, the title of the recipe, for example. Again, really for the purpose of setting expectations. So one thing that happens with bloggers that can sometimes confuse your point is talking about blogging on a blog that's not about content marketing or about just like success with blogging. So I see this a lot with a lot of different blogs, and I get that you want to show people that, you can help them if they see this and they want to achieve your same level of success. So I can appreciate that you want to share this guide, and obviously it's a point of monetization. I wonder if it's the best fit for the homepage where you're trying to tee up everything in a way that makes it relatable and makes it understandable what the point is. I just worry that by introducing this like totally different topic while we're talking about food and stuff, not everybody who visits this page is going to want to be a blogger. I would say probably the majority don't. There's certainly going to be some people who will want to do those things and who will see, what she's up to and want to learn how to do that. But again, I'm just saying, I don't think that you have to get rid of it, but I wonder if the homepage is the best fit for that. Probably something better introduced in an email sequence, and even better if you have set up your email automations to where people can say like, I just want recipes, or like, oh, I also want to learn about blogging. By having some tags and by having some emails where people can set their preferences, that would be a really great way to make sure that you're marketing the right content to the right people. And maybe, if you get a lot of people who do want to make blogs, then maybe it's a sign that you need to make more of that content. And maybe it's a sign that you want to separate it out from this website too. So just a thought, mostly because I see this happen on a lot of blogs where they talk about one, very niche subject, and then they talk about how to start a blog. And it can just be confusing. So I like that, she does have ads, which inevitably it's going to be a user experience issue just because it's going to be different content than what you're all about. Obviously, you can sometimes choose what the ads are, but sometimes if it's an ad network, it changes. But I like that she only has one on this page. I think, it's also, if it's contextual, it's obviously picking up that it's a food blog, and so that's relevant. This sort of like opt-in form is kind of short, sweet, and to the point. The only thing I would add is maybe setting expectations around how often you're publishing new recipes so that people know what to expect with that. And then kind of like the last blog we were looking at, if you have a lot of email subscribers, maybe say join, X number of subscribers to, in receiving these emails. Adding social proof is just a really great way to get people to convert, especially if they are questioning the relevance. In the footer here, I really like that she has a footer. A lot of people that I've done these audits for don't for whatever reason. This would probably be better if it was centered though, like the sidebar is kind of cutting into the footer, which is weird. This needs some context. At first glance, I thought it was an Instagram feed, but now that I'm hovering over these items, it looks like it's maybe a repeat of those featured and popular. And as it turns out, it's not. So I'm trying to see what it's relating to. Like I see the match to that here, but then this next one isn't the same. So there's I don't understand what these recipes are. I mean, they're very nice to look at for sure. That might make me click through them, but it would be nice to have a heading that provides some sort of context for what I'm looking at here. We got a broken image in the footer. I'm guessing it's another picture of the author here. So just go in and, maybe something just broke, or maybe you accidentally deleted the image. I'd make maybe a better call to action to get people to click through, like even if it's just like learn more or something like that. Although it sounds like maybe like extra work, or what's the word I'm looking for? Like redundant. I would add a heading here too that says like, follow me on social. Having a call to action, like a mandate, like follow me, learn more, whatever. It's a little bit more effective, I think, at helping people to guide their way through the website. So let's see. So I like that these recipes are all separated into different sections. I wonder if it's redundant to maybe add a short descriptor, both explaining the heading, even though it might seem self-explanatory. But like for campfire cooking, it's like, well, do I need to be by a campfire to make these? What's the nature of why something is categorized here? And also it's a good opportunity to, again, set expectations. Like, I share recipes, that you can make in cast iron pans, or I don't know what it is, but, just to also act as sort of something to convince people to click through. So I don't think we're on the homepage anymore. I think I clicked away from it. Okay, so we have like her latest blog at the beginning, which you guys have already heard me say. I don't know if that's a good idea, just because obviously your newest blog is going to change every time you have a new blog. And so because this area before you scroll, which is called above the fold on a website, is so important for communicating the nature of what's going on here, I would almost rather see a hero image that says, kind of a repeat of what this says here, like who Kate is, but also talking about the type of recipes people can expect to find on this blog. This email call out right here, I would love to see the background be a different color or some other sort of emphasis so that it really sticks out. I don't know if she needs to have two on this homepage. It really depends on if you stick with a sidebar design, I guess. It's not necessarily a bad thing to have two, but maybe what I would do instead is put this on the bottom of the page after all the recipes and stuff. Excuse me. I'm wondering if these are all latest posts too. Maybe it would be good to add a heading that just says like latest from the blog. But it would be good to have a section that has like maybe 2 or 3 of the latest ones, and then also maybe 2 or 3 of the most popular ones. Even though she has it in the sidebar, people might just be navigating this website in different ways. And I think my first sort of thought when I go on a website is to just scroll down, especially a blog. I just want to see like, what are all the options? So even though some of the things I'm suggesting seem redundant, it's to accommodate for different types of scrollers and the different ways that people go through a website, basically. It seems like she has customized her excerpts because they don't cut off in any awkward places, which is great. I would just do a better job of explaining what it is someone can expect to read in the blog. Like, for example, here, the air is crisp, the mountain leaves are stunning. That doesn't really tell me about this bundt cake. Like, is this a quick meal? What does it taste like? I don't know. Stuff like that could be a great way to tee that up. So, we're getting to the 15 minutes here. I don't want to belabor any points. I think that we have gone over a lot on this website. Little things that could make a big difference. The other thing I wanted to show you guys is her About page, because she kind of treats it as an FAQ if you scroll down a bit. And in a way that helps to sell like her services and like brand partnerships and things like that. So I think that on this website, Mountain Cravings, this is a great About page to look to if you're having trouble fleshing yours out. But overall, like I said, love the branding. all the recipes look delicious. You know, every single one of them I want to click on. But yeah, I think, you know, it's just a matter of making really small changes that consider the user and what they're trying to do and what it would be like to land on this website for the first time and try to figure out what you want to do. So with that, I'm going to end it for this week, seeing as how I have so much catch up to do after all these trips. And like I said before, I'm definitely looking for more websites to audit. So if that is something you need help with, let me know.